Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special review impressions of a knife I've had in my collection for a bit. This is the Hog House Model T Gen 2. Oh yeah, let's take a look. Alright, today we're looking at the Hog House Model T Gen 2. They have several other knives out there. I think the Bailey that I checked out, pretty cool. It's just a little too big, a little too squarish in the corners for me. When this came out and I saw the contoured shape, I saw the quality, I said, yeah, we got to check this out. This is made in Finland. This is a custom knife. This is nice. This is not your Chinese made OEM. It's not USA made. So it came over from Europe, it came from Finland. And I will tell you, if you buy one of these, you will have to pay like an EU VAT tax or something. Consider that in your cost, which don't be surprised by it. It's standard from when you get knives from there, just so you know. But very, very cool knife. I like this a lot. This is the plain version. You can have all sorts of milling, all sorts of patterns. I really like the plain look of this one. It is Zerk blasted, so there is a lot of texture on here. So let's go ahead and flip it. You've got a fuller, you have a flipper, right? It's kind of smooth, but it works really well. Contoured scales, beautiful texturing right there. I just love the patterns, really nice. Beautiful back spacer right there, works really, really nice. The clip, hidden hardware, comes around very nice and soft there. Here's the clip, works really great. Here's the cutout for the lock bar. It's a thinner lock bar, which I do appreciate, with a steel bar over travel insert. This is rounded, so it's not going to be terrible on your pants. I don't think it is right there, but it's rounded. Everything comes up, so it has a path to go to. When you don't and it's straight, that's when it gets in trouble, right? So you do see Model T Gen 2 right there, minimal billboarding of any kind. Here's the blade. It's going to be RWL 34, I'm pretty sure. I think they had Vanek Super Clean as another option, but let's go ahead and flip it, right? There you go. Now look at that beautiful step mill blade, flat grind. You've got the fuller up here as well, step milled on both sides. You do have this flathead screwdriver. That's what they all are, flathead screwdrivers. I have the dimensions for it. I think in the unboxing I can post it here as well. You've got milling on that clip as well. It's very micro, but it's there for sure, right? Really, really nice touch. Even in the little fuller, there's some micro milling, which I think is really cool. Nice, nice, beautiful. Sandblasted or it looks like hand satin finish there, or it looks like a hand satin finish or belt satin. I can't tell. Looks like hand satin. Doesn't look like belt to me. Anyways, a lot of hand finishes, a lot of things that they do by hand, so you can definitely see that. A lot of weight relief on the inside, so it does bring the knife, make it pretty light. There's no extra cutaway here, but you do see this, and it is radius chamfering. I was worried that it would be uncomfortable, but it works. It does work. I will tell you, when you first get it, it's super crisp, super crisp. So if those of you guys who love super crisp D10s, it's great. You'll love how it comes right out of the box. I tuned this a little bit and I put Skiff's in there. He does have nice cage ball bearings in there. They're Delrin cage, and they're ceramic balls. I'm not sure if he uses the Delrin cage or he made his own ceramic balls. I don't know. It's supposed to be really fantastic. I am going to get some screws from him because I was a dummy when I took this off. You could probably see it in one of the screws. It's a little bent there. It's minor. Most people will never notice. It bothers me, especially on a nice knife like this, right? So there was a reverse flick, by the way, and that works really nice. See, really nice presentation. And the flipper here is just really nice. Just make sure your finger doesn't fall in the lock bar. It is a little sensitive, but I did tune it, so it's pretty nice, pretty nice. Love the hidden hardware. I think that's great. Everything's rounded, nothing sharp. That's really nice. Yeah, I was going to say, they use 14 ceramic balls, and the Skiffs, they use 13. Now, there's a Delrin cage. I am going to, when I switch out that, I'm going to probably put theirs in for a little bit and compare it. I will tell you, when I had theirs in, it didn't have that control drop shut all the way. It would kind of get stuck somewhere, like stuck there, and then you have to do a shake shut. This has a full controlled action drop shut all the way down, and I like that. The flipper works well. The reverse flick works well. I do like that a lot, so I think that's pretty stinking cool. You can even do the thumb stud if you go down low. Let's see you do it again. Yeah, you gotta go down low. It's a little hard because it's you're right there. You can go over here. Oh, let me do this. It's been a while since I carried this knife, and suddenly my brain went dead, right? Come on, there you go. It does flick really nicely, and I do the finger up there. That works nicely. And then, of course, you can do go down low here, and you can do that. And the flipper, of course, works great. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Cool knife. All right, so we talked about RWL 34 step mill, which allows a nice polish on the blade. I think that's really cool, and it's dirty because I do use my knives, by the way. Just so you know, I do use my knives. Got to clean them off, though. Open and closing is great. I do like it with the Skiffs. Very controlled drop shut action. Beautifully dead nut centered, as you can see. Has retained that. Good lock engagement. Looks like we're good 25-30%. It's in there. No blade play. No pivot lash. And then we hear the detent. Ready? Nice clickety detent. Let me aim it toward the camera this way, or my mic. So here we go. Ready? Nice clickety detent. I like that. I like that a lot. Really cool little knife. Love the action. Just a joy to carry, a joy to fidget with. Really cool. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of measurements, the weight and stuff. It's not super heavy. It's not super crazy light, but it's not super heavy. I think it's about 3, maybe 3.1. 3.1 ounces. Doesn't often happen, but when it does, that's kind of cool. All right, so 3.1 ounces. Let's get our measurement. How long is this knife? It's almost a full-size knife. It's right under 8 inches, I believe. Oh, no. This one's exactly 8 inches. This one actually made the cut at 8 inches. Exactly 8 inches. All right, so your handle length is just 4 and I want to say 3/4 of an inch. The trigger position choke up does work, so you can get about 4.5. So I've got large hands with big meaty fingers. Definitely have extra room for extra large hands with big meaty fingers. You can choke up there. Just be careful. It is a little sharp there, but it's definitely doable to do that choke up position. There's no jimping up there, so your hand might slide, but it's pretty flat, and it's a really high-end knife, so it's not going to be one of those you're going to be, I think, doing crazy aggressive cuts on. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't. So that's the length. Oh, did I do the blade? I don't know if I did the blade. Did I do the blade? The blade is 3 and, I want to say 3 3/8. The actual cutting length is right at 3.5 inches. Maybe 3 and 7/16. 3 and 7/16. Excuse me. So there you go. Not bad. Not bad. Let's look at the blade stock thickness on this guy. I don't think it's terribly thick, but I don't think it's terribly thin. I think it's pretty average. If I remember, it's like almost close to 120 thousandths. Let's see. 120.5 thousandths. You can't get any closer than that. So there you go. Pretty average, a good thickness. It does have a nice flat grind. It's not all the way full right there. It flattens out a little bit, but still really great. All right. That's the blade stock thing. Where does this fall into? Is it a budget? No, absolutely not. Is it regular? No, absolutely not. Is it a high end? No, absolutely not. You mean it costs more than $600? Yes, it absolutely does. This is a $800 and let's see what is their listing for right now? I was looking $821, but that doesn't include if you do any anodizations, you do any special milling. That all can add to it. You do have to pay tax and the shipping, and then you have to pay the EU VAT tax. So ended up costing me about $950 after all said and done for just a plain Jane one. I think others would have spent easily over $1,000. Do I think that is a good price? I do. I do. From the quality of this stuff being made out of Finland, I'm very pleased with it. This is a very nice knife. It is a little different. It's thinner. So if you got big, meaty fingers like me, I appreciate the fact that I have a place where I can put my thumb up there. That's nice. And I appreciate the fact that I can hold my thumb up there and then I can still do the reverse flick. That's nice with a thinner lock bar. It does do that. But if I put my pressure on finger on the lock bar, it does resist a little bit. But I like that. I like the fact that for the price, for everything you're getting, it's really nice and really fantastic. I got caught up in the lock bar. So good. There's so many things to talk about, and then I know I'm talking about custom mid-tech and all that stuff. Sorry guys, I can get lost in this knife. It's so much fun. Purpose, EDC, hard use, collection piece. This is absolutely the definition of a collection piece. For many, this will be a safe queen. You'll probably never carry it, never do anything, maybe take it out of the box. For me, I carry everything I own in my collection, everything. If it's my collection, I'm going to carry it. That's how I enjoy my knives. It may not be how you enjoy your knives, and that's okay. You don't have to be me. You be you, I be me, right? So some of you guys are going to be like, I can't believe you carry that knife. And I'll be like, I can't believe you wouldn't carry the knife and enjoy the knife, right? Now, am I going to go out there cutting branches, logs? And no. When I carry something like this, I usually carry an extra slip joint or a nice fixed blade knife, right? So that I have a backup if I need to cut something I'm not too sure about. So like right now in my pocket, I am carrying my, I'll pull it out, my Gentleman Jack slip joint. It's a Medford knife. Now, it's kind of a premium slip joint. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's a good DLC, nice knife to have in my pocket. S45, is this S45? I think it's S45 EN blade steel. I don't remember what it was. I don't think it's Magna Cut. I think it's S45 EN blade steel. So really nice little slip joint, kind of classy little carry. So I do like this one a lot. So that's what I carry in my pocket when I carry something like this, because I want to make sure I don't have to get stuck cutting something that I shouldn't be, and that typically does happen. So if you don't plan, you know, you plan to fail. Or I carry a fixed blade. I do have fixed blades that I normally carry. Do I have one of them? Yeah. So like I like to carry my Vero Engineering. This is the fixed axon, and then it's got the little belt loop, so it carries and you know, over my belt vertically. And then this carries in my pocket. This is the Luft Concepts, the LTL. Another nice little fixie. It's great to carry, especially for around the house, doing light duty stuff, especially if you're carrying a nice knife. So yeah, you definitely could EDC. You could hard use this. I know a lot of the designers who make these knives, they make one of these for themselves and they hard use it. It's their knife. They designed it, so they love it, right? And that's what they carry. It definitely, I EDC it, and I do use it. I don't hard use it, but I do use it. All right, overall design. Handles, opening, and closing. What do I think? Opening and closing is fantastic. Closing, just beautifully buttery smooth. When you clear that detent, which clears right there, once you clear that, then we got that nice control drop shut. And I like that. I like that a lot. Opening and closing, I like that a lot. I think it's wonderful, right? Wonderful. Textures are fantastic. This beautiful milling everywhere, even the clip, micro milling. There's this step milled on the blade itself. Just really nice touches in here. Just really, even the cutaway, if you look in there, it's like this X design. It's super micro milled, but you see it. It's just really cool. Yeah, I like it. Jimping, there's no jimping on here. You know, I go either way in a fancy knife like this because I'm not like, oh, I'm going to be out just cutting ropes and boxes and steel and aluminum cans. No, I'm not going to be doing that. Not with this knife, right? There's no lanyard loop back there, so I'm okay with that. I don't miss that, and that's totally fine. The clip is great. Goes in and out of the pocket really nice. I have enjoyed carrying this. It is pretty flexible. I can tell you going in and out. Of course, I have no nails, I just got them, so I can't reach and pull it up, but it does flex pretty nicely, so that's cool. Overall feel is really nice. Overall feel is really, really, really nice. And the fuller works, the flipper works. This is one of those, you can't really do a push button because you got to clear. If you don't clear right here, it's going to catch, so you got to clear there. And to me, it works, and it's fine for what you're doing. So I do like that. All right. Overall feel is good, really good. What do I think about the fidget factor? The fuller works great, right? The flipper works great, right? And both left-handed and, right, and then, oops, sorry. And then left-handed with the flipper. Yeah, it works great. I'm going to give this, I'm going to give it a 5. It's a 4.5. It's technically 4.5. It's definitely over a 4, so 4.5. I'll round it up to 5. Technically, that's what we're doing, 4.5. So I'm going to give it that. What do I think of overall fidgety goodness? This one is, I'm going to give it a 95. It's an A. It's a solid A. And the only reason why I take it off is just because sometimes in the beginning I used to put my finger on there and it would resist opening it. It was very annoying. But I've gotten over that and I know how to handle the knife, and you get used to a knife, right? And so that works out well now. So I'm okay with it. But I'm going to give it a solid A. It's a solid structural A. It could easily have been an A+, could have been 100, but I'm going to give it an A right now. So I think that's a fair review. Everything about it is good. It's just absolutely fantastic. Overall, is it recommended? Absolutely recommended 100%. Recommended custom mid-tech knife for sure. And it's going to be part of my favorite knives. I'm putting it into my favorite carries, my favorite knives. So I'll get a double recommendation. It's a collection piece for me. It's staying in the collection. So yeah, good knife. Good knife. Do recommend it. It's a big chunk of change. I get it. I get it. It's a grail knife. I sold a lot of knives to get some of these things that I have in my collection. I had tons of knives over the years, and sold some of them so I can get a few grails, and that's kind of what worked for me. May not work for you, but that's worked for me. Maybe you guys have unlimited funds and you get whatever you want, and that's cool too. I envy you and appreciate your joy of knives and be able to celebrate that way. I think it's cool. But that's not me. I have to plan for each of the knives, right? So there you go. I definitely going to recommend. I like this knife a lot. I heard the Vayli is coming out in a mini. Really looking forward to that. I'm hoping there's a Gen 2 version of the Vayli. The Gen 2 Vayli could be more rounded, more contoured. I think that knife would just do so well. It's such a long knife and so extended, it's hard for me to carry. I have large hands, big meaty fingers, but they're shorter fingers. And so that's my challenge that I have to deal with, right? May not be your challenge, but definitely is mine. All right, so there you go. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, informative, or worthwhile, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the channel really helps me out. It allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone who watches the channel, who's part of the community, watches the content, interacts. I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you, sincerely. And if you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys so very much. You guys are amazing. You do two amazing, wonderful things for me. You encourage me like a workout buddy when maybe I don't want to do stuff. I'm not saying that you force me. No, you just encourage me. You get me excited for the knives, and I appreciate you guys. I just want to say thank you. Because of your generosity, you also allow me to do things way sooner than I thought I could. You allow me to check out certain knives that otherwise I wouldn't be able to afford to ship back. And you allow me to continue to have a budget banger giveaway each week. So I'm grateful for those. Thank you, thank you, thank you to every one of you guys out there. I so very much appreciate you. I do two things for you to say thank you, right? I do a once a month channel members exclusive giveaway, better than the budget banger, something just for you guys, hopefully something you enjoy receiving or giving as a gift. Two, I also make sure all new channel members get a channel sticker and a thank you note. Kind of applies to everybody. As long as you're currently active a member, you've never received a sticker and you never asked for a sticker, email me with your name and address. I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. My small way to say I appreciate you and I'm grateful. Just know that. That's the thing that goes for the channel members, right? So thank you to everyone out there. Appreciate everyone who's part of the community. I do. If you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.